Here's my beast. I call them Mini the Mulcher. He's got the kind of power that'll get through most timber in most residential blocks, anything up to say 75 mil, as long as it's not old and tough. And with that kind of power comes danger. So let's look at a few precautions we will take with our powerful beast. I'd guess probably the biggest danger is putting something in the mulcher and getting caught by your sleeve as you do, and you go in with it. So don't do that. That's because the mulcher's action is such that it keeps turning and turning and keeps dragging things in. So you can go in with it if you're not careful, particularly if you've put in something like a vine and it wraps around your arm and you go through with it and it starts dragging you in. Don't forget you've got this safety device here that'll turn it off instant, quick, fast, and save your arm from being chomped. There are, of course, other dangers associated with this large, heavy, powerful mulching machine, but certainly being dragged in is the worst one I can think of. Another thing that happened to me once was when I started up the beast, I didn't realise that I had a piece of wood stuck in the blade still from the previous mulching, and of course the barrel couldn't turn, and all that happened was I got a whacking great plume of smoke coming up from the fan belt that was trying to turn around. So as soon as I saw that happening, I of course raced up, hit the stop switch, and all was well. But that's a good thing to remember. Remember to clean out the barrel from the previous mulch before you start her up. So here's the mulcher, ready to start mulching. It starts pretty much the same as any motor, as you'll see. A couple of precautions. First, make sure you've got it on basically level ground, and always remember to put on earmuffs and goggles. What was that you said? Earmuffs and goggles. So let's see about starting this motor. As I was saying, pretty much the same as most motors. These are the electricals, turn them on first. Here's the petrol, turn that on, let the flow through. This is your choke here, so we'll just pull that about halfway. I like about half, 2/3, something like that. And here's the throttle. Let's bring that up to about 2/3 again. Now the first thing apparently to do is just pull it up once to, I don't know what. Anyway, you do that. And then let's see, because it says here, easy to start. Let's see whether it does. Better than turning that off, it can run. This housing has to come off first to access the blades, so we remove these bolts you see first. I don't have that swivel thing that you've got.
The universal joint?
Yeah. Is that a recommendation?
Yeah.
And they're available from just hardware stores?
Repco anywhere.
Repco, okay.
Bunnings, tool shop.
Okay. The universal joint, right.
The situation here is that these have been put in with Loctite.
Yep.
So we don't need to go mad with the heat, but we can just apply a little bit of heat and that just softens them.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the hottest part of the flame right at the tip.
Yeah.
That's going to work there.
Yep.
So when I'm undoing it, I'm applying pressure that way so the socket doesn't slip off.
Yep.
And anti-clock to undo.
Yep.
Yep, that's undone.
Good news.
And if we don't slip off it, we don't hash the sides of the...
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
That's undone. Now we do the next one. This is a ratchet, yeah, just to get it off quicker.
Right. Okay.
Like this is the breaker bar for undoing hard stuff.
Right. Okay.
It's longer, more torque.
Yeah.
We'll undo the second blade now. Just be very careful when you're rotating the blades. These things are sharp, even when they're blunt.
Help to anchor it a bit if you
Yeah, it does.
wedge
It does.
it in. Yeah.
Well, that's what I've done in the past. I've stuck a little timber wedge in there.
Okay. To clean this properly, it would be good to have a tap set.
Yeah,
looks like,
sure.
looks like that. Yeah. Okay.
The die is a metric 10mm by 1.5mm pitch.
Right.
That's for cleaning the threads on the on the bolts that hold the blades in. Once again, any auto store, you don't need to go mad with this stuff. And there's different grades of it. Just when you're there, I'm using 277. It's a pretty weak stuff.
Yep.
But if you put the super strong stuff on, you'll never get the bloody things out. Yeah?
Happy to not have to struggle any more than they have to.
Now we've got that started by fingers. Always start your threads by fingers.
Right.
So you don't cross thread.
Yep.
And I do as much as I can with fingers. That ensures that you... See, I'm doing this by fingers.
Yes.
Not the tool.
Screwing in by hand rather than machinery.
That one's a bit dodgy.
It's a bit tight, isn't it?
Yeah, that could be because of glue in the thread. I'll know by the feel of it. Yeah, it's all right.
Right. Yep.
See what I mean by you got to have that blanket there. See how I pulled this out? That stays
could have come
behind,
out with it,
but
yeah.
sometimes it'll come out with it, then separate, then bang, down she goes. One side, as I also said, probably not a big deal.
Spit it out if you're lucky.
Yeah, but you just don't want to go there if you can help it. Just
Bring it up.
getting them home, and then I'm going to fight them with the other bar.
Oh, okay.
This is just basically getting them home to the bottom, get them to bottom out.
Yep.
Okay, now the bar. You want to have a go at this one?
Yeah, I'll have a go with one of them.
Okay, so just push in. Actually, that one's done. You sit down and get comfortable and do it.
Here's everything looking pretty reasonable. Twist this at 90 degrees fairly easily is tightness. This one, if anything, is a little bit slack because you can get it a fraction further around. This one is a little bit tighter. You can feel it, you can't see that. But it's not getting around quite as much, but generally they're pretty right. They work like that. If you wanted to tighten it, there's all these 4 bolts here, here, and so forth. You would loosen them up first, then you would screw this and this, don't worry about that, which would push the plate that way, and that will in some fashion tighten this up. So this is a grease nipple here, and it needs a grease gun from Repco or Autobahn.
These grease guns can be temperamental.
And there's your lubricating hole. Just pull that cap off.
You've got to push down at the same time. That's it.
How can you tell that it's giving?
You can feel it. I'll get you to do the one on the other
squirting
side.
through. Okay. That was quite a hefty squirt. Seemed to be able to get in it.
I try not to leave too much around because the grease will pick up on all the bits of timber
gunk.
and shit.
Yep.
Well, that's right for another couple of years.
Great.
What? So pushing down, tight. I can feel that. You can feel resistance, so it's going in.
Right.
If there was no grease in it,
Yeah.
you can still feel pressure, back pressure when you're doing the lever.
But it's square all over the place.
Yeah, and it could come out here.
Yeah. But as it is, it's...
Yeah, you can feel it. After you get the feel of it.
Got the feel, got the idea. And these guns are from Retco and places like
that's
that.
a McNaught. These are the normal ones you get. It's called a McNaught.
Yep.
I don't know if you got that.
Oh, that's... I don't... Yeah, I don't need that. But, yeah, so it's a grease gun anyway.
Yeah.
Somebody's bound to have one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, oil check. And unscrew. And wipe it off. Put it back in up to the screw. Don't screw it in. Should be all the way up to the top. And nice and clean, of course. And for filling, fill it from that side. And for emptying, once the engine's hot, this is the little devil where I can see it where my finger is there. Undo that, and the oil will pour out and away, and keep it on level ground.
Don't pull it out by the lead.
Right.
Like PowerPoints, you got to grab it by the job to pull that out.
That was simple enough.
And I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. It's a 1/2 inch drive, so here we go. This should come out easy. Often people put spark plugs in too tight.
Right.
You know, you don't need to. And I always, when I put one back in, I always put anti-seize on it, which makes it come out easy.
Ah, yes.
I'll show you.
Is that called grease? Another lever?
No, it's a special stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now that's burning fantastic. Look at that, nice tan.
Oh, hang on, I've got it right. Yep.
It's nice and tanned.
Uh-huh.
It's not overly black. That'd mean it was burning rich. It's not overly white.
Good.
That means it's burning lean.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Good. Well, I must have been doing something right.
Yeah. Often you can find just a little bit of
Gum.
dirt bridging the gap.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Yep. Another.
Anti-seize stuff.
Okay.
Copper compound it is.
Okay. Good.
And I just work it into the thread. I try and keep it away from the business end.
Great.
Okay. I mean, we're using this tool to direct it in, but into the hole, and then just keep on turning until you know that that's going in now.
Right.
Okay. If you use tools, you could cross thread it. You don't want to cross thread
with your fingers.
Yeah, I go all the way till I can't turn. Yeah, that's in.
Right.
And then just a little nip up.
And this
You don't need to go mad doing it up.
This particular rod is called a
This is an 1/2 inch extension.
1/2 inch, right.
That's all you need.
Done.
And don't get in this socket out. See how it's been troublesome coming out?
Yep.
Don't like to get it out wrenched like this, because you could break the porcelain insulator.
Yep.
So you just got to
Work it out.
work it out.
Gently. Okay. I think I filmed that properly.
And this
Waving
again,
all over the place at the last minute there.
and that goes on. That's on.
Yes. First, take off the wing nut that's holding the cowling on. There's a filter, it will have a sleeve around it. Just take that off, or get a new one, which are easily available from
Mower shops.
mower shops. Simple.
Even Bunnings might have them. I'm not sure about that, but Bunnings might have them.
Yeah.